Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome back. Good afternoon. Good evening. Whichever part of the world you live in, people. Big up. Manners and respect. I'm back. Yesterday I had to fulfill my I was a substitute teacher yesterday. I was a fill-in. Had to fill in on the OGs for DJ. Big up to DJ B every time. Big up to Aaron. Big up to the legend that is Shane Gooner for having me on the OGs. I didn't even think I qualified to be an OG. I thought I was still in that unk category. Man, throw me in the OG. Okay, cool. I appreciate it. I learn a lot every time I stream with them, man. Big up to Gary from Don't Waste the Trip. Had to fill in on there as well. Streamed on everybody's channel yesterday except for mine, and it was cool. It was calm. Took me a break. Got some charitable duties that I'm doing for the month of November, which is great. Love to do. Now I'm back. I missed y'all. I really did. Big up to. Did I get a raid from my bro, the Waffle Don? Big up to the Waffle Don every time, every day of the week, twice on Tuesdays. Big up to you, my brother. Manners and respect. Big up to Darren, the legend in the building. Big up to Gunner Street, LFC Monster, always here showing love. Appreciate you, my G. Who else we got in here? We got Bluebird, we got the Black Queen. And we are here. The legend that's Wahaha is also with us. Did the Warriors play last night? I don't think the Warriors played. My sports calendar was all mumbo jumbo yesterday. Big up to you. Listen, there's been some fallout. There's been a massive fallout amongst the Arsenal fan base, which it always is, isn't it? It seems like we're always fighting, always arguing. Because there's an element of we told you so. There's an element of we see the shit coming. See the car crash coming from a mile away with the Gabriel injury. Man is not managing the squad properly, blah, blah, blah. Huge discourse amongst the fan base of whether or not these injuries could be avoided. Unlucky, unfortunate, mismanagement. Just a few of the words that's been used to describe how the injuries have gone. But I've always sat here and I've always said to you people, the road to a championship, the road to a trophy, the road to a title is never paved smoothly. I've also said there are many, many more twists and turns in this season and this title run, yeah? Many, many more to come. It's only match week 11. This Gabriel injury, for all intents and purposes, is a wrench, a fork in the road, a hiccup, a speed bump. It happens. I mean, we weren't expecting him to play 38 games, 15, 16 Champions League games, cup games, and all this stuff, right? And if you do decide to play him, that and should he actually hold up and do it for one season, you do it for 2 or 3 seasons, bodies are going to break down. Lots of minutes for guys. The Arsenal Football Club team has I want to say 17 to 19 internationals, big boy internationals at that. Not guys who were just getting picked to go make up numbers, right? Guys who are starting for big hitters around Europe and South America, right? Ecuador, Brazil, Belgium, France. We have some big boy players who play big minutes. So, for example, if you and the sports people and the sports analytics people, you sit down and you say, okay, this guy this year can play 5,000 minutes across all comps. That's it. That's his target zone. Anything over 5,000 minutes, and he is in the red and run the risk of serious injury. You, as the manager of this player, have to look at all the competitions that he's going to play in. And you, as the club football manager, you have him for the longest period of time. The onus is on you to manage those minutes because the international managers only get him for a small window where they have to drill. World Cup year. A lot of these managers are under pressure. So the allotted minutes that you think that they can hold up and then you manage that and you forecast and you rotate and you manage accordingly within your squad. That's really the only thing you can control, isn't it? Because you can't call Carlo, you can't call Tuchel, you can't call Roberto Martinez or whoever, none of these international managers, and say, "Hey, don't play my guy today." What? That's like an unwritten rule. That's one of the unwritten rules in football. You can't tell another manager what to do. Kind of like even though Berta knows football, Berta's not going to go down there and pick the lineup for Arteta. He's going to give him all these players. But there are certain lines that football managers and football people in general will not cross, as it should be. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, big up to everyone joining me this morning, this afternoon. I said run the twos. I had to run the twos, man. It's the big up to Gunner Street again. I ain't seen you in a minute, bro, but hope you are good. Home Slice is in the big up to Home Slice and big up to Gary. All is well on my side, my G. Now, the big blue shark could be turning into blue megalodons by the end of nasty November. So I've already walked back my Man City take, right? I thought it was going to be you. I actually thought it was going to be, the big red shark that was going to run away with the league. Now, part of that is the transfer window, of course. Part of that is me respecting Liverpool as Premier League champions. You win the title, you will get my respect, right? The great Rudolf Tom Janovich said it, don't ever underestimate the heart of a champion. Now, fast forward a couple weeks, it's very hard for me to predict that Liverpool are actually going to get back in this thing. When I look at the league table and I see you below Man United, and no one is talking of Man United as being in a title race. No one. But then you add some context to that, and you'll do a little digging into why it's so, and then you see that there's a cluster there of 18 points. So many men are on 18 points in that cluster part of the table. Right. So even though, Liverpool are technically below Man United, it's they're not a whole lot of space between them. It's a cluster of 18 points, and I think it's just like head to head because they beat you at Anfield. But Sunderland, Chelsea, and Manchester City are all a part of that cluster. Tottenham are 19 points. Now, as we look forward to the weekend, as the international break winds down, right, we must acknowledge that our defense is weaker. As Arsenal fans, you lose Gabriel, you lose your best player in any position, you inevitably get weaker, right? Now, I know we were on this thing where we were talking about keeping the clean sheets, and the clean sheets was wonderful because if you keep a clean sheet, at least you don't lose the game. Now, how many clean sheets can we keep without Gabriel? Not sure. Not sure I want to go up against Bayern Munich, the best attacking Europe, without our best center back. Now, with having said that, I don't want to paint the picture like we were Gabriel FC. Well, it's just Gabriel, or we can't function without Gabriel because we're going to have to. We must. If you see Jason Statham in the rearview mirrors, Arsenal. I mean, we're in trouble already. I'm going to be honest. I'll be completely honest. We're in trouble. We were in trouble when it was 6 points. Because 6 points to Manchester City with 84 points to play for, it's nothing. And we helped them out. We helped them out by conceding to Sunderland and turned 6 points into 4. And they play ahead of us this weekend. They play on Saturday, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, Man City play at 5:30, St. James Park. So we could be walking out Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, with the big blue shark 1 point. 1 point away from us. 1 point adrift. Dangerous game to play. Tottenham would love nothing more than to put a dent in our season. A massive blow in the form of 3 points lost. But I don't think we lose to that bunch. But I'll leave the prediction for the warm-up show with me and my brother Waffle Don. Now, I have more fear in Pep than I have belief in Arteta. One of the reasons why. 6 points, 84 points to play for, striking distance, nothing. Now it's 4 points with 81 points to play for. Even advantage them. They like the chase. We don't do the chasing thing. You know, factually, we've lost every single title race that we've ever been in under this regime, right? So, and I don't, I don't think any manager in all of football would have lost all three. You know, win one of them, or in the grand scheme of things, lose that one and pick up a couple of cups along the way, right? But for peace sake, anyone who's comfortable, super comfortable with a 4-point lead on Man City in November, special type of delusion. I'll leave that to positive Dan and the egals of the world to think that's actually a safe lead. Yeah. Because it's most of them, man, that was declaring the title race over after we went on the October run. As soon as we leapfrog Liverpool, because no one was really looking at City. But City say, hey, let me bang this drum to make sure that you men are paying attention. And factually, Pep hasn't gone 2 years without winning the Premier League title. So history is on his side, right? But as we focus on the injuries, as you see in the thumbnail, Calafiori, Gabriel, Victor Gyökeres, none of them. Internet fucking up again. That's 5 mainstays that we don't need to be Tottenham, in my humble opinion. I don't think we need to rush anyone back. Chelsea is a different story, but I really don't think. I get it. North London derby, form goes out the window. You know the cliche. You know all that crazy stuff, right? However, I think Chelsea and Bayern Munich will give us a tougher game over the course of the next 3. I actually think Villa away will be a tougher game than the Tottenham game. Yeah, out of all 3 of those Premier League games, Bayern Munich aside, Tottenham, Chelsea, Villa away, I actually think that Villa is the trickiest game. I do. For some reason, Unai Emery always pulls a masterclass out of his hat whenever he goes up against Mikel. Like, he gets into his cup mode, like he gets into his Europa League zin and just makes mad moves that always seems to do us in tactically. Big up to Jordan. Hope you're good, bro. Big up to the Latvian Gooner in the building. The top Gooners too giddy over Liverpool dropping out the title race, completely forgetting City are still there. Yeah, I was guilty of not forgetting that City was still there, but I think I had leaned too far on the Rodri injury. Leaned way too far on it. Like, Jesus. Rodri FC, like, we know they went as he goes, right? Him. He is the engine. Yeah, I froze there for a second. And froze like when LeBron sees Chandler. And froze like when Draymond saw Wemby. LeBron is on his way back to come spoil the party. Watch when LeBron get back, the Lakers lose a couple of games because he's going to come disrupt their chemistry. I believe it. I absolutely believe it. Yeah, they won. But right now it looks like Golden State might be a playing team again this year, if that. Not looking good. They might have to make another trade this before the trade deadline. Meanwhile, Spurs look like they're a sure shot for a top 6 team in the West. November champs, ole. Now, so here's my thing, right? If you see those memes going around or those reels with those 2 dudes saying if and then saying a whole bunch of craziness afterwards, like dude said, if I snap my fingers, you will forget you were ever gay. You see that one? But if we make it through nasty November, 6 to 7 points clear, I think it will say a lot about this Arsenal team. The jury is still out. We've heard this before many, many moons, right? Many, many times. How many times have we heard it? It's a different Arsenal. We actually heard that the first failed title charge, right? Remember, 50 points from 19 games? That's blistering form. That's some Centurion shit. Blitzing teams playing wonderful football when we shot the league and had everyone doing hate alongs or emergency meetings in that. Remember that one? That narrative was ran around that team. This team is different. Cool. Didn't work. The following season, signed Declan Rice, signed Havertz. Who else did we sign that year? Signed Timber. Right? This team is different now. Now that team, to be fair, that team did get close to the Premier League title, right? Brought it down to the last day, but it still wasn't good enough. And then going into last year, I know we blame a lot of the talk about last season was injuries, and all that stuff. Okay. Yes, we had injuries, but we also dropped 21 points from winning positions. So if you could get ahead in the game, you can win it. And I did hear the talk about last year. This one is different. It wasn't different. The outcome was the same. And we've heard it again this season because of the clean sheets and because of the defensive record. Right? 10 games played, 3 goals conceded. Now it's 11 games played, 5 goals conceded. It's, hey, this team is different. They've learned. They've matured. Okay. But the fan base, the fans haven't changed. The fans are still running October champions, November champions. How many times have we heard the whole Arsenal the top by Christmas? January comes, we fall apart. This year is different because we have the squad depth. Now, how are these things? How are these two things true? If we have the squad depth, why is everyone panicking about the injuries? Why? The squad is deep. Why are we panicking? I don't get it. No one panicked when Odegaard got hurt. I didn't. When Saka went down with his other hamstring, didn't panic. Most people didn't. Havertz, no one panicked. Jesus, been hurt for 5 years. No one panicked, right? Cool, calm. But there seems to be an elevated level of concern now that it's Gabriel. And I'm compelled to believe the same level of panic would be around if it were Declan Rice that got injured. Can you imagine? Because now we're hearing that. Who is Declan Rice going to aim for now that Gabriel is out? It's a legit question because Gabriel is really good on those set pieces. But the guy that delivered those set pieces, what if he gets injured? Then we are really fucked. And I brought his name up because he too has been heavily overplayed. His minutes need to be managed. His minutes need to be reeled back in. Not by Thomas Tuchel, but by Mikel. Factually, Declan Rice went off in the Crystal Palace game with an injury in the 82nd minute. Started the next game. Sounds familiar? Okay. In case it doesn't, let me remind you. Against Olympiacos, Gabriel came off on October 1st in the 72nd minute with a muscular injury. 3 days later, on Saturday, he started versus West Ham, played the full 90, and started every game since. So he felt something, came out, oh, it's all good. Throw him back in there. Play. Overload, bang, now he's possibly out for weeks. Have to manage these minutes. No one else is going to do it for you, Mikel. You have to do it. The onus is on you to win this Premier League. Not any help from anyone else. Not from international managers helping you with your squad. Not with Tottenham. Not with these guys, that guy taking points off. No. Like Robbie always said over these past couple of years, right? It's all in your hands. You are top of the league with the strongest squad, with the depth, with the depth that may, albeit unproven. Yeah, Mascara's done well so far. Can't knock him. Haven't seen enough of Nkapie, so yeah, unproven. I agree with you there. I said not calling yourself a top gooner, but you said that. Yeah, I did. I said it. So that's the thing. I won't run from it. I won't run from it. And as far as top gooners will go, if we agree on something, we agree on something. We agree on most things. The fundamental difference between the top gooners and over here is that the only difference is when it comes to Mikhail, they back him to the hills and back. That's it. That's the only. We can agree on the club, we can agree on players, but when it comes to him, that's when it goes off the rails. Because you can make the statement, Arsenal Football Club need to win something this season, or something has to change, and they will agree. But if you cross out Arsenal and you say Arteta needs to win something this year, or something has to change, then it becomes a full-blown argument. It's a full-blown Lasok Yamada. Fuck you, blah, 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 blah. The minute you throw Mikhail's name in there, it goes off the rails. And that's the weird part about it that I don't get. Because I don't doubt like some of them love the club. I do believe they love the club and support the club. It's just that with this guy, you mention him in any breath where it's not praise, 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 then you're called everything but your name, which is weird to me. I don't get it. It's kind of like, LeBron in the NBA. Wahaha will know. Like you say something about LeBron, bro. Them LeBron fans will come after you like you said something about their mother. It's all about Curry staying healthy. He missed a couple of games this season already. I think we lost all of those games. So he is your Rodri, yeah? Last season could be repeating. The favorites drop out early, and the third favorites come through to win the league, and second stay second. Aaron actually said this. Aaron actually said everyone last year was looking at Man City, Arsenal, Man City, Arsenal. Yeah? And then all of a sudden, bang, Liverpool out of third place. Fifth, third, first. Bang, bang, bang. And it would be the most Arsenal thing ever to go into another season where everyone is saying Liverpool, Arsenal, which is a valid argument based on Liverpool winning the league last season and based on Liverpool's transfer window, right? Based on Arsenal being there or thereabouts and adding to the squad. It's a fair argument to make, but it would be the most Arsenal thing ever to be another Arsenal, Liverpool, and then it becomes neither. It becomes Pep saying, give me back what I left, right? Pep is known to take back his title from Liverpool. That's what he does. Hit the like and subscribe, people. Where we are? What's the like count? What we on? It's a Tuesday morning, a blessed Tuesday morning. Listen, it could be a long Tuesday night for me should the Reggae Boys make a meal of our World Cup qualifier this evening, because I am fully vested on my Nigerian mates. They're gutted, they're out. We could be out today. And I've said before, if the tournament expands to 48 teams in these United States, and for some reason Jamaica oh my God, if they fail to make this, throw the entire federation in the bin, blow it up, criminal. So this could do not. If the week starts off like this, and then we have a mad weekend in the Premier League, could be a very long week for BBK Sports World. Facts. Look at our form is dropping, and you guys are running away with the league, bro. We ain't running away with nothing. 4 points is far from a runaway. You can have the numbers in terms of depth, but will always remain what level of quality that depth is. And the thing is, part of it is, if we look at Matheus Nunes when he was at Wolves, He was one of their best midfielders, right? Okay, City went and got him. If you look at Calvin Phillips at Manchester City, one of their best midfielders, City went and got him. And Pep never played either of them. He played Rodri. He played Rodri all into the ground. Ran him into the damn ground. To the point where he gets ACL and then Pep complains that there's too many games in. But brother, you were playing Rodri in EFL Cup games. You know, you can't blame those guys are there to be played and you chose not to play them. You just played Rodri. You know, it can't be a case of let me get to January and get the checkbook out. At some point, you have to manage the players that you have. Big up to Vigilante. It's here, man. Still got the seal on it. It will be a party, either for a trophy or for a new manager. But big up to Vigilante. So Roger got nothing on Steph. Best at their position, no? Both of them. Big up to Rob. Big up to everyone in the chat. Big up to our legendary Godfrey. Manners and respect, man. Appreciate you tuning in, Godfrey. Yeah, it's on tonight. Definitely gonna be on Fraud Watch. Brother, we gotta blow it up. We gotta throw the entire federation in the bin. You know, we made it in a year when there were less teams. In '98, when there were less teams in the tournament, and also this time around we did not have to play qualifiers against the United States and Mexico, the teams that usually beat us the most. Didn't have to qualify against even Canada because all three got automatic berths due to being hosts. So we essentially just had the rest of CONCACAF to get one of those slots. And if we failed to do that, epic failure. Because in '98, that's what it was. It was United States, Mexico, and us. 3 teams from CONCACAF qualified. And 20-something years later, almost 30 years later, we're making a meal out of 48 teams, and we can't be one of them. Come on, man. They have to. And the thing is, we have to win the game. We need to win it. We can't draw. So, at the very least, we have to see some good football, some attacking football. There's no need to sit back 90 minutes or it's over. Don't want to do the playoff thing. Qualify. We have to beat Curacao. I mean, did anyone name me anyone on Curacao? Any Curacao players, bro? No, we have to beat them, man. Big up to Ahaha putting the links in the chat. Big up to you, man. Big up to BX Gunner. What you telling me? Hope you're good, my G. All right. Now, there's the possibility is going around that Gyökeres will be back for this game. Now, I said earlier that I don't think we need Gyök to beat this bunch of Tottenham players, right? I don't think so. But there's also the rumors that Kai Havertz is fit and he might play a part in this game. Won't start, right? The article explicitly says won't start, even though we've seen Mikel do crazier things than that. But I don't think he will start. I think he will be a part of this squad. Maybe. Now, if you're Mikel Arteta, right, are you really under pressure to play Gyökeres if Kai Havertz is fit? Because if we're being completely honest, Gyökeres hasn't made that spot his own. He really hasn't. He hasn't tied down that spot. And, you know, he has a pretty good injury record, and all of a sudden he pulls up with an injury against Burnley. Gyökeres costs 60-something million. Kai Havertz costs 60-something million. Gyökeres is nowhere near the amount of money that Kai Havertz is on. So there's really no pressure for him to play Gyökeres. Like, no one is going to tell him that Gyökeres has to play. So I'm curious to see how he rotates these two. Because now, if we're criticizing him for not rotating Gabriel enough, yeah, then we expect him to have the same rotation scheme for our forward players and our attackers as well. You have to rotate the squad properly in order to have them fit and match sharp come March, April, May. Big up to Gary. Carissa, isn't that the blue thing you put in cocktails? Carousel is that team that's blocking my World Cup dreams for the Reggae Boys right now. And if they mess this up, then yeah, I'm done. I'm done with the Federation. I'm done with it. It's just like we have to make this, bro. Have to. Just to confirm, if Jamaica wins, it's straight to the World Cup. So if we win, we're through. Then if we don't win or draw, it's with the same thing the Irish is doing. Yeah, qualification with we get thrown in the pot and we don't want no parts of that. You know, it's kind of like what I'm trying to avoid. You know, trying to avoid in the Champions League of us going into that playoff. You know, match fit for match. Kai won't be starting if fit. Nope, he better not start. But we've seen crazier things. Now I've heard the reports of Nani Madueke actually played two behind closed door games, 90 minutes, trying to build his fitness up. But I don't think he will even start. When he shouldn't. When we have players that are unexpectedly, quote unquote, unexpectedly going down like Gyökeres, I say Gyökeres was unexpected. But the Gabriel injury, don't want to say we saw it coming, but the boy went off injured versus Olympiacos, and then started like six games back to back, similar to the Declan Rice path. Now we're hoping that we can learn from this, right? Because one of the big criticisms that we have of Mikel is that he does not learn from his mistakes, right? Because I think Gabriel is like Declan Rice would be the most impactful or the most devastating injury that we could get right now. But Gabriel is like a close second. Right? So if you lose like the second most important guy to your team because he anchors your defense, which you lean on so much, and he goes down injured, surely you look at Declan Rice and you're like, bro, I need to get you a break. But now you look at the run of fixtures and be like, when do you give him a break? Maybe you have already screwed the pooch. Because the 90 minutes in those legs against Slavia Prague, maybe that was the time to give him a break. No, hindsight is 2020, but still, you have the schedule. You have team meetings. You discuss these things. You have a staff. Killer is back. Gotta hope he's up to scoring. Remember the top shot is back. Will Havertz have bulked up even more? But you know when they said he had bulked up and then he came back versus Newcastle last year, and he looked the same clumsy Havertz to me. Yeah. Against the last time we saw him actually run, that preseason game when he scored that goal, didn't look too bulky to me. He looked like the same Havertz. I don't know. Maybe he hides his muscle well. I don't know. Yep. Mikel, Marino, Nazario, Ronaldinho up top against Spurs. Hopefully him and Zubimendi can link up for some Spanish connection. That would make Mikel really, really happy. Yep. We are playing tonight. Hey, I hope so. Kara said that beach, Yeah, and if you are the boys, you have to remember that game away at Curacao when they were talking about, right? That man are coming to the office, yeah? Mountain View, Independence Park, yeah, Jamaica, rise. So I think Jason Gooner might be doing a watch along for that. I don't have the stomach. Okay, I might not even watch the game. I might just peek at the score every 5 minutes. And if I see us down 1-2-0 at any point in the game, I won't even bother to turn it on. Make sure that we're subbing to my bro, the Waffle Don people. Give me a minute with Ryan Shawcross. He'll get his break. He is injured, so that won't work. What's that? Is he injured? Seen AFTV today, and Top Goon is claiming that Arteta has a new master plan how to use Odegaard. A master plan. Now, speaking of which, a couple weeks ago we saw this. Martin Odegaard could be back in town for the North London derby, and that story still runs. That story is still running. Martin Odegaard could be back for the North London derby. Now, is there a situation? Is there a scenario where he comes in and Eze doesn't play? Surely he couldn't do that to us, because I think Eze will actually cook in this game, right? If Eze turned down Tottenham to come to us. If Eze really, I know we all love Eze. I know y'all know how I feel about Eze. Yeah? If he really, this would be such a great opportunity for him to further ingratiate himself for the Arsenal faithful, where he has the best game so far in an Arsenal shirt against that bunch. I'm here for that. He had some close calls in games before, but the football gods waited for him to open his Premier League account versus Crystal Palace, his former team. That's it's poetic. And if you're gonna continue to write this crazy story, have him score on Sunday versus the team that he rejected to come to us. I'm here for it. The Odegaard comes back and it will be Eze who? It would be Eze who. He'll definitely, because I don't think he plays both of them. And the way Trossard is playing on the left right now, the past few games, I think Trossard starts on the left. But I don't. Here we go again. Here we go again with the starting lineup being a spectacle. Again, we're gonna have to. Rashid and AFTV are still gonna be doing those 1 hour shows before the game to go over the talking 11, because the starting 11, because that when Odegaard comes back and Havertz comes back, that now becomes a spectacle by itself. Who starts? Leave Odegaard on the sidelines until December. The glue is still drying on his injuries. Yeah, I don't think we need Odegaard in this game either, man. Ethan is still fit, right? Ethan is fit. Eze is fit. We have covered it. I'd even let him play one of those behind closed door games to get his fitness and his match sharpness up before he's thrown back in. It's a wicked run of fixtures. Nasty November, because I really believe and I'm not being a doom and gloomist. I really do believe this. I really believe that if Man City overtakes us in November, so come 1 December, if Man City are above us in the table, we're not catching them. How many of us believe we can actually chase down that bunch? We've never chased down anyone. We damn sure not chasing them, right? Because when them men get a full head of steam, league is done. We've seen them run away with the leagues many, many times. And that's the thing. The crazy part about it is we don't even need to lose games for them to overtake us. 2 draws, we're in trouble. Because City's fixtures after Newcastle, they got Leeds, Fulham, Sunderland. I expect them to win all of those. Leeds, Fulham, Sunderland. Are we saying anything other than 9 points for Man City? All right, so if they get, regardless, let's say they draw at Newcastle. Let's be optimistic and say they draw with Newcastle, right? If they draw with Newcastle and then get 9 points, then we have to get 9 points over our next 4 fixtures. Tottenham, Chelsea, Villa away. That's it run. That Villa away. Man City didn't win there. Villa away is very, very tricky. I think Villa away will be tougher than Stamford Bridge away. No disrespect to my Chelsea faithful. But the facts of the situation, Arteta has never lost a game at Stamford Bridge since he's been at Arsenal. And So he draws that. City racks up 3 points. Goal difference are the same, you know. It's 15-15. Big up to Kwaja. Odegaard will be jumping out of a cake. Accused Erica Elaniak Under Siege. Oh, yeah, Under Siege was a classic, you know. A trophy-shaped cake. Wahaha is on full troll mode today for Wahaha. Big up to AJ. Ethan rumored to go out on loan, maybe. I think this story will start to grow legs towards if the December fixture congestion comes and he is still not playing reasonable minutes, I would say this story will grow legs. And by reasonable minutes, you know what I mean, right? Yeah, 88 minute coming on the pitch, not reasonable minutes. You're barely warm. You fuck around and pull a muscle. You go for a sprint. Reasonable minutes, right? 68 to 72nd minute, you're coming in the game. You're playing a good 20, 25 minutes. Reasonable minutes for an 18, 19-year-old in a title-winning squad. Oh, shit, that's a title-winning squad. A team that's going for a title. Think that's fair. Come on, Mikhail. Have to find that balance to get him in there. So what does that require? That requires you to kill games off. So now that we don't have Gabriel to depend on for our set piece or being the end of set pieces, it may require us to change how we play a little bit. May require us to open up and play some open, honest football and go ahead and kill off teams. And what happens when you kill teams off? You get a chance to rotate on the day. Case in point, you're 3-0 up, Slavia Prague away after 68 minutes. Rotate the squad. Take Saka off. He didn't. Played him a full 90. Right? So if we're up 3-0 versus Tottenham in the 68th, 72nd minute, you bring on Ethan. You rest Saka. I don't think that's a crazy take. Pick up to Kwaja, man. Nah, man, Haaland goes down and man will struggle. Haaland goes down and we will see Marmoush rise. So City can change the way they play. We've seen them do it. But what Pep is not going to do now is rotate Haaland while he's scoring the amount of goals that he's scoring. Because the reason Haaland isn't getting muscular injuries like Gyökeres, because he is running one way. You know, if you see all the Erling Haaland's runs, he's going towards the goal. He's not a defensive striker. Man is not running back and triggering the press and all that. It doesn't need to press. They got players to press for him. Play the ball over the top if they're playing high. Play the ball through if they're playing a low block. Semenyo or Rodrigo in January. I'm mad at Rodrigo. I think Rodrigo needs to stay status at Madrid and rot. Yeah. So the thing is, you know, opportunity. Remember the Buju Banton song, Untold Stories from 1996 from the Till Shiloh album. Opportunity, a scarce commodity. He had the opportunity to leave. He chose to stay at fucking Real Madrid and sit on the bench. Now, if you have one guy who, hey, I'm gonna choose to stay here and fight for my place and still and not get your place, okay, you lost the fight. And then you got another guy in Semenyo who will jump at the opportunity to come play at Arsenal Football Club. Yep. Give me. Big up, Rob. Give me some Semenyo. Pause. Right. Firm proven tax. You know, and Semenyo's profile is kind of like what Arteta likes, isn't it? Big, strong, physical, and he can play across the front line or both wings. But I think Darren had said it. I think Darren said it many, many moons ago that Rodrigo showed his mentality where man would rather sit at the bench at Madrid than go play for Arsenal. And now all of a sudden, you know, you realize you're not playing. And then your spot in the World Cup squad is in jeopardy, and now you want to move? No. And then I see reports in the Spanish media saying that Xavi Alonso and Real Madrid are frustrated Rodrigo's performances this season and may look to loan him out. But what you mean you're frustrated with his performances? You're not playing him. You're bringing him on for mid part minutes. Haven't chased anyone down or held on the top spot yet. This season is a real make or break one. Yep. Couple more injuries and it's definitely break. I'm sick and tired of people pushing Odegaard because he won't shoot and he will not make us play better, arguably worse. I mean, he had a 2-year stint where coming off the 2022-2023 season, everyone's saying, hey, Odegaard is it, right? KDB comparisons, and then 2024, 2023, 2024 wasn't bad, but it was a step down from that first season. But last year, my God, Dross, boy fell off a cliff. Big up to AJ, man. What happened to Mr. Battered? Hope that brother is good. I don't know, man. I think Nems pushed him out the door. There's only so many Liverpool slots available for fandom. And Nems took Mr. Battered's Liverpool card, and now Mr. Battered is nowhere to be found. Yeah, bro. And it's not the Steven Seagal. Puffle down, say clip. No, brother, that was a slip of the tongue, my G. Rodrigo 70 mil in Jan, for the third best left wing in January. Just pay it. Rodrigo or Semenyo. And that's the thing. Rodrigo wants to loan. Right? I don't think Semenyo wants a loan. Semenyo would be a permanent Arsenal player to come play Champions League. Rodrigo wants a loan to prove that he can play at the highest level. Like, bro, you're at Real Madrid and you're not getting game time. Like, you're fighting for your spot and you're losing the fight. Yeah? So, he would want to come here. Okay, we'll take him on loan. But I think Arsenal is in the position to the leverage. We have the leverage right now in the conversation with Rodrigo, yeah? So the negotiation leverage, if you're Berto, like, we'll take him on loan, but we're not doing the 50-50 split. You will pay the bulk of his salary. So if he's on 350, okay, we pay 150, you pay 200. We're not about to pay you his salary and then develop him for you or get him, World Cup ready and match sharp. No. It's your player. You're not using him. The onus on you to offload him. But 70 for him, 60 for Semenyo. Too much City glazing. They are human. In the minute they draw or lose, the narrative will change. See, this is funny because the Waffle Down is the one that said City was still in the title race. I was the one that was counting them out. You know what I'm saying? Oh, shit. Work is done today. Big up, Rob. Good for you, my G. If not Rodrigo, bring the Arsenal fan hope. It must be one or the other. Now, I think if January comes and we're still leading the league, say we're 6 to 7 points clear in Jan, then it's no Rodrigo, it's no Semenyo, it's no one. It's here's the squad, and that's what we're rolling. But I think if it's neck and neck or we're chasing, then Berta may act. Emphasis on Berta. Because I don't think Arteta will do shit. I think this is his squad. I don't think he wanted anyone else. We've seen the reports that it was Berta that went and got Hincapié and Eza. Now, with Gabriel injured, he should be running to Berta's office to thank him. Right? Because now you have a left-footed guy that can play center back. Because you like this left foot, right foot center back thing. No Berta, no Hincapié. No Berta, no Eza. I've chatting about Anton Semenyo for time. Facts? You have? You have? AJ said, I respectfully completely disagree because we know damn well Arteta will bottle it when. So, and big up to Mr. Pads. So here's the thing with me, AJ. This is one of the reasons why I want us to get a Semenyo. Because then it would further expose Arteta if he doesn't win. Because then, what? You have the defense. You have the striker. You have the midfield built in your image. You have everything you need. What more do you need? Right? Because the running joke, right? This is what we're going to run, right? This is what we are going to run. So from BBK Sports on to the rest of YouTube football world, this is what we're running. If the question is, what does Mikel Arteta need to win the league? The answer is, that's the question. But the answer will always be one more. That's it. One more. So whenever you go into the other spaces, you hashtag one more from over here from the BBK community. That's what we're running. One more. One more season, one more signing, one more. And it's never ending, right? It's like me come on here, say, for example, I get to 2K subs, right? And I'm giving away 2K. And I say, hey, this is the prize money for me giving back to the community. 2K for 2K subs. And the last comment wins. Whoever comments last win the money. The stream will never end. It'll be an everlasting stream, right? Everyone will drop a that emoji going. One more. That's what Arteta needs to win the title if he does. If he fucks it this year, one more season, one more signing, just one more chance, one more this, one more that, one more. It will never end. I know we've heard that. We've heard it last year from all of them. If he gets a striker, specifically, even name drop, they said if we get Gyökeres, we'll win the league. Well, now we got him. We got him. We got Eze. We got the best defense. We got it. But it's always going to be one more season, one more Steiner. Hey, one more center back. Oh, Ryan's falling off a cliff. We need one this, one that. Will always be never ending. And before you know it, it's 10 years in. And he's here for 10 years. No title. That cannot happen. Big up the stat. Big up the Dow, Oregon Goon in the house. Newcastle will get something from City this weekend. Yeah, I'm here for it. It's I actually think, okay, let me see if I can. I don't want to mince my words here. The facts of the situation is Newcastle are better than their record. I believe that. I don't believe that Newcastle are, as a team, when the season ends, will be 2 points from the relegation zone. That's where they are now. But I think they're better than their record. However, match week 12, I do believe that Newcastle will give City a tougher game than Tottenham will give us. Game. Result? Don't know. Because, they have the moments guy. They have Haaland, moments guy. You won't see him in the game, bang, he turns up with a goal. So they play first. We will know the result. We will know if Man City are 1 point away from us, still 4 points away from us, or they have cut it to 3 with a draw. We will know what we need to do. Big up to Mr. Pads. Yildiz, baby. So I discussed this with my bro, the Waffle Down, the other day about Yildiz. Like, Latvian Guna, how much do you trust that league? Do we apply Serie A tax? Do we apply Serie A tax to Yildiz? Because we've seen man leave the Premier League and go bang over there, right? We've seen Scott McTominay from Man United over there tearing up. We've seen Lukaku go over there and bang. We see Anguissa flush out of Fulham. He goes over there and bang. Plenty of times we've seen guys go to the Italian league and bang from the Prem. But we see Scamacca come to the Prem and flop. We've seen quite a few guys come from that league and struggle. So Yildiz is a shout, but how much of the Serie A tax that we added? Don't know. This Rodrigo hype is trash. He ain't doing anything that screams come and get me, my opinion. He's literally screaming come and get me because he can't play. Like, if he was playing well, there would be no screams there. The scream is, I'm not playing at Madrid, so what's my next best option? It's him and it's Endrick. They're dying out there. Go get Vinny Jr. if anything, bro. I think Premier League players would kick the shit out of Vinny, and he is so easily rattled. You know, I don't think. I don't know, but quality. You know, his quality is there, but it's just always that extra shit with him, isn't it? Saw Cass talk on how Semenya release clause is an interesting one. Only 3 clubs can activate it in Jan. Apparently, Arsenal and Liverpool. The third club is unknown so far. Unknown. Must be Man United. Could United use a left winger? Cunha can play over there. Yeah. You know, Rashford and Sancho still on their books, isn't it? Again, the third best left wing is available. Let Cravera go. Don't make the same mistake twice. Bring me Nusa. Uh, uh, you trust that league, Dal? The same question for Yildiz. You applying text to that? AJ doesn't rate. BX Gunner don't rate. Rodrigo that highly. Respectfully, no. Wusa would cost us more than Semenya and Rodrigo. No, thank you. How much is Nusa? Is he over 100? But I also don't want this fraud getting any more money, and that's a fair challenge. That's a fair point. You know, but I look at it from this angle. We already know that Berta, as there was a Berta signing, right? So it seems to me that the club at this point is looking beyond Arteta. So if they see Semenyo as a player that can fit the mold of the direction that the club is trying to go in, then it shouldn't matter what Arteta wants at this point. Because should he fuck this up, a new manager comes in, you know, he has his wings sorted, has his striker sorted, right? Has his creative midfielder sorted and the best defense. Now, the new manager would come in and all that's in place, he could do a slot. Or he can come in, add 1 or 2 of his own players and have a go. And he gets 2 years, not 5. Not sure of his price. Rodrigo, no. I agree with BX. He ain't leaving Spain. Yeah, let him stay there and rot. If Rodrigo goes anywhere, possibly Bayern, maybe Inter. Well, if he goes Bayern, then he's jumping from the frying pan into the damn fire because Luis Diaz is pulling up trees over there right now. And then they still have Musiala to come back into that team. To leave, that's the answer. If Arsenal have any choice to win the league, I say it every day. Pick up this static, man. I love that. 78 million pounds for you, sir. Yeah, no, thank you. Nope, not that league. That league, we have learned that I will take the Serie A tax before I take that Bundesliga tax. You know, you see all the hype around that assist that Florian Wirtz gave to Sane yesterday in international football, and the Liverpool fans are running away with it. I know you see it in LSC Monster. I know you see it, and I'm looking at that. And if you're looking at it from a objective football analytical point, you'll be like, bro, the reason why he can't do that in the Premier League, you see the amount of time and space he had to make that pass. You don't get that in the Prem. No one is doubting Wirtz's quality. The problem is that he thinks he has all this time that he has when he plays for Germany and when he played for Leverkusen. Somebody's clattering into you, bro. Rodrigo is apparently 60 million euros plus 20 million in add-ons. Smells kind of cheap. Yeah, if they're trying to, they don't have the leverage right now. For when it comes to Rodrigo, it is a sellers or a loanees market. Like, you don't want him. He is excess for you. Yeah. So you want to offload him, you're going to pay his salary, the bulk of it. We're not doing a 50-50 split. 60-40 at best, 40 for me. Right? So that's what I'm on. We can't do Real Madrid any favors. They don't need it. The hell they need favors for? You know? You out here getting players, top players, world-class players to sign for you for free. Right? Mbappe was free. Trent was free. This damn Dal, man. Dal and Claire be just outdoing one another. Big up to Dal. gifted 5 memberships to the channel. Respect to you, my guy. Mr. Pad say, BBK, I don't think we will make any expensive signings or squad signings at all this January. If we sign someone, it'll be 2 to 3 youngsters for the academy, and that we may loan out one to £5 million type players. Yeah, I think it really comes down to whether or not we're leading the league, close to it, or we're behind. I think if we're behind, it's the only way we go sign someone, especially someone for the first team squad. If it's tight, then I can see the loan. But if it's not, I can see us offloading players. Offloading Gabriel Jesus if we can get any takers. And 1 or 2 academy players. I could actually see him loaning out Max or one of these other players after he debuts Max, because Max will start a Champions League game. After we qualify for the top 8, Max will start a Champions League game so he can have that record on his belt. Arteta, I'm speaking of, will say, I have started the youngest player in the Champions League history. Because he's played him in one, but he hasn't started. I think he has that up his sleeve for PR purposes. Based on how things are going, no January signing, we'll have internal solutions. And that, this is, you can cut and paste this and put it on the club's website. Leipzig or RB Leipzig always want a lot of money for their players. Yep. And Kunkus and the Werners and these men. Yeah. Nah. Yep. We have examples. We don't need to be looking at any of them, man. From Leipzig. Nope. Not Leipzig. We don't want that. Experience is the best teacher. Experience has taught us that them man are shit. Pepe was never given time, so if Rodrigo doesn't hit the ground running, it will be bust real early. Yeah, Pepe was, Pepe wasn't given a fair shake at all. But yeah, a top-level elite sport, and the manager don't fancy. Imagine if Pepe had been given the opportunities that Havertz and Odegaard got. Maybe we would have seen a better version of Nico. I would take Yildiz right now too. Just don't trust that league yet. BX, I disagree. 2 are shit this season. 2 points from relegation. But I don't think they'll stay there. And they'll fight. They'll put up what I'm saying is they'll give City a better fight than Tottenham will give us. Because I don't think that truly reflects their record. And I don't think Tottenham are the 5th best team in the Premier League. So I think Tottenham and Newcastle, their positions in the league are lying, right? Tottenham won't finish 5th, and Newcastle won't finish, where they at? 14th? I do. If you truly watch Rodrigo left wing, you would know the truth. Correct words. I have to, man. I have to make sure I'm specific, because this damn waffle down, it'll clip you, Walter Mate will give City a lot to worry about. Yeah. Big dirty stinking Nick Walter Mate is a Europa League type of signing, in my opinion. We need better. We don't need to go to Leipzig for nothing. If you're going to Leipzig for a player, low risk, it has to be cheap. It can't be no 80 million nothing, 70 million nothing. Like, how many people are they going to rip off before people take notice, bro? Come on. Cabra had no Serie A tax, and everyone is screaming over him. But Cabra doesn't play in the Prem. He went from Serie A to a Shinder league. So when I say the Prem tax, the La Liga tax the other league tax only applies from that league coming to the Prem, right? Because we see Harry can't leave the Prem, and he's scoring goals with his eyes closed in the Bundesliga. Timo Werner comes from the Bundesliga, can't score a goal in the Prem with his eyes wide open. They're glued open, and he still can't see the goal. Right? La Liga, Serie A is a better league than Liga. So the tax doesn't apply. we should all want Rodrigo because even Arteta says he has their personality destroyed City and he personally destroyed City and Liverpool. Yeah, I've seen that boy put in man of the match performances with Valverde on the pitch, Modric on the pitch, Vini on the pitch. Yeah, he has quality. He's not getting playing time because of the quality. He is not getting playing time because Vini and Rodrigo are on that. I mean, Vini and Mbappe plays on that end. It's just the reality of it, you know. And there's a lot of politics at Real Madrid, lots of it. Big up to Mido in the house. Vini will go to Saudi. Not for now, I don't think. Yildiz and Semenyo are the most realistic, in my opinion. United use wingbacks, defensive wingbacks at that. If Yildiz couldn't agree to a new contract with Juve in the last round of talks, so he could be thinking of move away in the summer. Take him at Liverpool, bro. I don't want any more of them Bundesliga, man. Especially from that club. You know. You know, and Kunku, Werner, him will apply. What's the one that's on Tottenham right now? Simmons. Yeah, is it right? It's that club, that league, that club. Them man, not it one bit. Take Kevra because again he has won everything already set to play, and we get him. I mean, I wouldn't say no to Carver still, but I still have the question open. Like the tax is real. Big up the static against the VBK. Things seems to be put together now at Arsenal. Now they just need to take the next step and move forward without Arteta. That's it. Yep. Everything has been in place. We just need to put the roof on. You know, so we need a roofer. We got a plumber up there trying to, you know, sort it out. Someone who's never done a roof before. Built great foundations. You know, it's painted. Everything looks good. The shutters are in place. You just can't put it on the roof. Mr. Pat said, BBK, I saw that there are 2 more Shamrock Rovers youth players currently on trial for the under 16s. It seems that we are starting to develop a partnership with them and focus more on the Irish market. And that's cool. And that's good. And if the guy that we brought in from Napoli, or the scout, is to identify these young players, I'm all for it, because we can't just be, okay, Declan Rice is 100 million, go get him. Rodrigo, go get him. Go get Semenyo 70 million. At some point, we have to find these players and develop them. You know, give us some more Ethans, some more Skellys. Then you have Victor Ojavan. Ooh, that guy, whatever he's called, that we signed. If we sell a player, I can see us buying someone. The problem is the players that we would sell have very economically unattractive contracts that I don't even think no one would want. I'm going to ask the question. I don't rate Bruno F at all, but if he has pure GA all the years, Arteta would at least got 2 or 3. He's wasted because people aren't saying it. I think the GA thing for Arteta is not really a big deal for him. I think he likes guys who does what he says in the middle of the park, because since Alba left, we haven't had a 20-goal a season striker under Arteta. So we're challenging for the Premier League without a bagsman, so to speak. You know, he likes the goes by committee type thing. Let's make a play for Rio from Liverpool. He seems like a decent youngster. Oh yeah, that will never happen. They will not let that happen under any circumstances. Big up to Mido in the house. Love, bro. I'm going to say if Pepe is still a better player than Nani, I would trade Nani for Pepe in a heartbeat. Pepe never got a fair shot at all, AJ. We win the league if we get 4 months out of Gabby Jesus, but we'll probably get 4 weeks. Having him either fold as quality, having him in the fold either as quality Havertz and Jesus do help. They do help in the cups. So I think the FA Cup fixtures, Gabby will get a run out, and that's good because then Saka can sit, right? Then Eze and all these men can sit until we get to like unless we draw like a Premier League team. But if we draw fucking Shamrock Rovers and Coventry and fucking Cardiff and shit, then Gabriel Jesus should be able to run out those games. If we find some form, absolute glass house. I know, yeah. The problem is pre-World Cup Gabriel Jesus, but then you blink and you realize that was November of 2022, 3 damn years since we saw him in top form. He had one blip, well, 2 blips. The hat-trick against Palace and a little cameo against United when he sent Dallo to the shops. Other than that, it's all been injuries and missed opportunities with him. Would he want to leave Madrid and come play under Arteta? Play under another manager that is going to play him out of position also. That's the thing, good. I don't think Arteta would play him on the right. I think he'd more than likely play on the left side. But then if you look now, who's Mikel's preferred left winger? That is Trossard, Martinelli, in any order of which one is in form. And then either not in form or either not fit, then he will play Eze out there and Odegaard in the 10 if his squad is fully fit. So he has 3 options there. But as a pure winger, I think Rodrigo would slide in over there better than Martinelli and Trossard, because he has Trossard's tech, but also has Martinelli's pace and work rate. So essentially, you add them up. You add up Trossard and Martinelli, you got Rodrigo. Spurs says Xavi are bust. Simmons was cooking yesterday. Yeah. And so was Verts. International football, because you got man playing on an international squad for like a Serbia or Armenia, can't get nowhere near a Premier League squad. So they're always going to have time and space. Not even 19th place Nottingham Forest. Yeah? 19th place Nottingham Forest at Anfield on Saturday or Sunday, whenever they play, will give Verts that much time on the ball that he had against Armenia or whoever they played, Germany played. He won't. I've watched Verts closely. He has quality, good player, but he takes too damn long on the ball, because at Leverkusen he had time, and when he plays for Germany he has time. When they play against these bummy shit teams. Jordan bigging up the waffle done. Semenyo's a baller, passes the eye test, knows the league, weather, etc. Semenyo and Saka are wingers, do major damage. Yeah, major damage. Give me some of what Semenyo did at Anfield. Yeah, gets to pass some Traore on his on the arch or his 18, run the length of the pitch and turns Allison into a statue in the middle of the goal. Give me that. He is composed. I want some more of that in the squad. Quality depth. Big up Anfield the Red. Hope you're good, bro. I'm going to say it again. We should have brought Brian Mbeumo this summer and move Saka left wing. If you want to buy a clear left wing upgrade, Semenyo in January is the move that makes the most sense, in my opinion. Bring a killer to get us over the line. Yeah, and I'll double back. If we're comfortably ahead, even if we're still in striking distance of Man City, so 6-7 points ahead in Jan, I think we don't do anything. We'd have to be out and chasing, because if we're behind Man City come January, say we're behind Man City or Liverpool or behind anyone, then clearly they would look at the squad and say we don't have enough, which is crazy to say after $1 billion spent in 6 years. To say, hey, we still don't have enough. It's still not enough. And we need to react. We need to do something. And I'm speaking as if we're having title-winning expectation as a club. I know we want it, but does the owners and the board actually really want this? Or it's just a case of we'll compete and we'll challenge, and if we happen to win, great. If we happen to pick something up against the line. And then you can factor in the EFL Cup. By then, are we in the semis or are we out of it? Do we still have that cup to play for? Because I think the final for the EFL Cup is like a month later, after Jan. I want the hungrier of the two, AJ. That for me, that's Semenyo. I mean, Rodrigo's pretty hungry now. He's starving. They ain't feeding him over there. Xavi Alonso, they ain't feeding him. The boy hungry. 31 likes. Hey, big up to you people. Love for the like count. Yildiz or Semenya, I don't care what anyone says. No love for Rodrigo. Quentin Timber has confirmed that he will leave on a free next summer. Arsenal, Inter Milan, AC Milan finally. Bayern had the favorite clubs to sign him on a free. Arsenal will be all over that PR. Get him on a free, take him. Arsenal will be made pout. Arsenal will be Jesus. Will Arsenal be up for putting 65 million straight down on the table like Liverpool would do for Semenyo? A report saying Liverpool got another 100 million. Yeah, Liverpool are very healthy on PSR. Over the transfer window, they could have. Someone said they could have spent like another another 200 on top of the 4, and still we be within PSR. Now, even if Liverpool cough up the 65 mil, right? If you're Arsenal and you're Bertha, you still have negotiating leverage here. Or you could say, okay, we won't give you the 65 million up front because of PSR, but we will give you 50 and another 30 if we win the Premier League. Okay, that's an actual thing that could happen. So incentive based. So essentially, you'd overpay and still get him over another club that's coughing up the money up front. Then Bournemouth will be like, hey, we could get 80 million versus 65. But then, if Semenyo actually wants to leave, then Arsenal, you kind of owe it to your squad, the fans, whoever, to at least ask the question. Right? You ask the question, and then if Semenyo chooses to go to Liverpool, clear. He chooses Liverpool. They're a bigger club, right? So if Liverpool gets Semenyo before a center back and the 6 they're concussed, Hughes and Jedwards are under serious fraud watch. Yeah, but I think they already count that Guéhi is a free. So from a financial standpoint, it would make sense for them to get to pay for something else. But if they go pay money for Guéhi when they could get him for free in 2 months' time, in a couple months' time, it may not be smart business, so to speak. So we are about to give Rice and Saka Timber more money and do Timber and Rice no questions. As for Saka, I would personally want to trade him for Olise or Claire's husband. So here's the thing, right? Here's what would annoy me, because we've seen us give what's his name? The goalkeeper, Raya, bumper contract. Right? We've seen us give Trossard more money, bumper contract. So it wouldn't make a whole bunch of sense to me for us to give all these guys bumper contracts more money, and then January comes and they say we don't have any money. And then why did you pay Trossard more money? He was already on the contract. Like, what are we doing? Big up to my bro Hazi. Liverpool healthy because they win things. Well, if Semenyo has to ask the question this year, what between City, Liverpool, and Arsenal, what club would I go to give me the best possible chance of winning something? And by something, I'm talking about the Premier League. Then it comes down to us and City. Not saying that Liverpool aren't going to win the Premier League, but right now they're 8th, right? I don't think they'll be 8th come January still. I think they'll be further out, But I don't think in January Liverpool will be ahead of City and ahead of us in the table. But they'll still be in it, right? And then part of it could be, a lot of these young guys actually want to play for Pep Guardiola, But is there a place for him at City? I'm sure Pep will find a place for him. Like Jack Grealish was still there when Pep signed Jeremy Doku. Jeremy Doku can play on either wing, to be fair. Mido, you need a double Crystal Palace to do a double Crystal Palace. Adam Wharton. Adam Wharton. But I'm hearing LFC Monster told me that Liverpool was linked to another midfielder don't remember what's his name, but it was an attacking midfielder, more attacking. Um, don't know how that would go. Wharton would be tough to convince unless you have UCL football. Fair play. Well, you pay him 200 bags a week. Because I actually think United get back into Europe this season. So he'll go from Conference League to at least Europa at the minimum. That's the part of it. Money wise, there wasn't much difference between what we got and what you got in the league, and you got more from this UCL run into the semis. Yeah, people forget that. That's a great point, Monster. Because over the past 2 seasons, Arsenal going into the quarters and the semis have gotten a massive payout. And finishing second. Massive payouts from the Premier League revenue. It's been mad. Big up to Hendo. Back from an IT seminar over in London. Cold, chilly one for you, yeah? Big up to you, man. Big up to them. Big up to Ozzy as well. Yeah, Jedwards. If they need a Liverpool slayer, Saudi had a massive bid rejected in the summer for Vinny, so would he? Yeah, I don't think Vinny got. Well, but then again, you never know in it. Because I know Vinny wouldn't have gone to Saudi previous years when the World Cup was this close. But then, you got another 4 years. He could go to Saudi for 2 years after the World Cup and then still come back to Europe and make the, Brazil squad for 2030. Rice is already on 240. He would jump to 300. Timber is on 140. He would jump. Yeah. The wage bill click. It screams, you have to win now. That's what the wage bill is saying. Is Claire really is Claire really a female? A lot of foolery going around online. I'm sure. Well, I won't say I'm sure, but I believe so. Bastoni and Gahey in the midfielder. Wharton. So it's just not attackers we're looking at. Possibly could be looking at managers soon if you don't fix up. He goes to Saudi, in my opinion, but actually still at least 31. Look at this shit here. Could be Nems at least. Nah, it's definitely not Nems. The way Claire drops the bag, Nems wouldn't be doing that. Nems would have had to find his parents' credit card to be doing that. With all due respect, you are never getting Bastoni. That man's been at Inter since 6. He will never leave. How much is he on? He gets offered $250,000 out. He might consider secure his family's future and then go back to Inter. But there's no way someone would be faking and donating as much as Claire is Claire. But that was with Vinny. It's not just about football. It's the racism, etc. will be factored into the decision to move if he's fed up with it and he wants to move. Who else could afford him? PSG could afford him, but that PSG front line right now is stacked. And I don't think a lot of teams look at Vinny and be like, hey, we want to invite that headache into our team, because he is a headache. He winds up the crowd and then cries. Like football fans are ruthless, bro. You can't wind up 60,000 people and think you're gonna win. And I used to go to Villa Park when I was younger, but some of the songs that those fuckers used to sing, that was the first grind I heard them sing I Hope That You Die. I hope that you die, piece of shit player. I hope that you die. I'm like, they're singing this. 40,000 singing it, top of their lungs, and the players hearing it. The players were different back then still. Man would, block that out and go slap one in the top corner and troll the crowd. They do that to Vinny now. That's making national news. Much, much different. Bayern Munich could afford him. PSG could afford it. Liverpool. So yeah. I don't think we can. Our wage bill. I don't know, man. I just don't. Winnie. Yeah, you have to do the thing where you go get. You got to go get the Esteval Go get Vinny before he turns into Vinny, which I think, is what I alluded to earlier, where can't just be Declan 100 mil, that guy is 60, 70, 70. Have to do some proper scouting. Chelsea got that Quenda guy. He in Premier League tax. You got to take risks. Yeah, I mean, all signings are risks. All signings are risks. Even not even just signing. Even when you promote a player from the academy, you know how people like to talk about, hey, big fish in a small pond, and then they go to a bigger club, and then it's because it could be a thing with Isak. We all know that Isak has quality, but the Liverpool shirt is heavier than the Newcastle shirt. So even when players go from the academy to the first team, that is a risk, right? Remember when Charlie Patino had got promoted to the first team? He was supposed to be what Max and Ethan is now. Never worked out. Remember, was it Billy Gilmore for Chelsea? A lot of hype. Promoted into the first team. Didn't pan out. You promote a player to the first team, it's kind of like a signing, like a pre-signing. But there's risk involved. Chelsea can afford Vinny as well. Yeah, they sure can. Chelsea can afford anybody. Like Chelsea, anyone that's linked with any of the top clubs, just throw Chelsea's name in there because they monitor their spaces. Semenyo would play right wing to cover Salah at AFCON, and if Egypt go far, but then he can bench Gakpo or Salah right now, to be honest. Fair. Millwall were signing last year to Mateta, saying to Mateta, let him die when the goalie knocked him out. Yeah, I've seen, right? Vinny can't handle that type of stuff. And he gets rattled too easily, and he winds up the crowd. Gilmore has once. Billy, see? So that's right back to the La Liga tax, yeah? So is McTominay. And McTominay actually played a role in winning. Yeah? United threw away. Darren say we're out the League Cup before January. Does he actually affect January at all? And I think because if we're in the league, because right now we're 3 wins away from winning the League Cup, isn't it? Right? 1 win takes us to the semis. You don't need to win both legs in the semis. You win one, draw the other, and then you're in the final, and then it's a 3rd win. So in January, if we're still in it, it's put one hand on the trophy depending on who are out. Because Chelsea are probably they're in it. They got Cardiff, Brentford, City probably go through, and Newcastle, Fulham. Yeah, so let Chelsea and City, one of them knock each other out, and then we see how it goes. But I think if we're in contention to win that, but I think it's mostly where we are in the league. Vinny's a scrub. Overrated Vinny. I hear it. Millwall fans are villains. Vinny is massively overrated. Now, speaking of overrated people, I wanted to touch on this before I got up out of here. The Jude Bellingham thing. We've seen it, right? Not the thing that they're talking about him wanting to be subbed off and all that stuff. I'm talking about the Jude Bellingham thing where I seen this report last week where they're saying who starts in the attacking midfielder position. Is it Bellingham or is it Morgan Rogers? And I'm like, when did Jude Bellingham become a 10? Speaking of overrated and overinflated ego and players in Jude Bellingham, when did he become a 10? Like, I've watched Real Madrid faithfully. I used to go to Dortmund and watch this boy play when I lived in Germany. Signal Iduna Park, my favorite stadium in the world to go to outside of Europe, outside of England, all across Europe. Been to every damn stadium in the Bundesliga I went to when I was in Germany. That damn Dortmund stadium, my favorite stadium to go to. I used to go there and watch Jude Bellingham to see what the hype was about. And he was the real deal there. He was really good there, but he wasn't playing in a 10. Now, if you're Thomas Tuchel, your options for 10, right, with everyone fit, everybody fit, is Palmer, Rogers, Ezra, dare I say Madison when he used to be in form. Say he was in the fold. right? But because Carlo let Jude Bellingham just run all over the pitch and do whatever the hell he wanted, he became a 10. He was never the 10. Modric is the 10. But I'm seeing this thing run like Jude Bellingham or Morgan Rogers in the 10. Like, am I crazy? Jude Bellingham is not a 10, bro. That the England midfield, if Declan Rice is in the 6, Bellingham is in the 8, and you play Palmer or Morgan Rogers in the 10, that team can work, or is it? But this idea that Jude Bellingham is a attacking midfield 10, bro, he is not that. Essentially, it was vibes ZC when Carlo was there with Jude Bellingham. Hey, y'all go on the pitch and just play. Matter of fact, we actually even praised Carlo for that. We're saying, Carlo is one of the few managers that allow team players to actually express themselves and play football now. But I don't know what y'all thinking. But I do not think that Jude Bellingham should be in a conversation for attacking 10, especially in England when there's so many players better than him in that position. Now, when we say that he is overrated, I'm not saying he's a bad player because, like I said, I used to watch him play in Dortmund, and he was the real deal then. But he wasn't no 10. Does Eze see bench if we buy another winger? Under Arteta, probably. Under another manager, Eze starts in the 10 every day of the week for me. 200 million for that Munani. 200, my God. Funny how players who win UCLs are overrated and these trash players and these trash these days. Did that start with Havertz then? It could. But overrated doesn't mean bad. But I do think there's too much hype and too much praise around Bellingham to the point where we're talking about him being good in a position that he is not. English teams can't because of PSR. Okay, got you. Mido agrees. Black Tavernet. I said Black Tavernet, As an Englishman, this summer my only 10 will be Cole Palmer, back up by Eze. No, Jude, thank you. It's out there. It's him or Rogers. I'm like, bro, he is not a 10. He is a midfielder. He is a CM. That's what he is. He's a classic modern day central midfielder, right? Where he can crash the box like a 10. You will see Faith crash the box like an 8, which I think an 8 is his best position. He can break up play and do all that stuff like a 6, and you will have flashes of brilliance where he does some attacking things. But he is not a 10. He is not a David Silva, Juan Mata type 10. Ozil. He is not that. And if he thinks he is that, he's going to set himself up for a big, big fall. Bellingham is a number 8. He is CM, not a Cam. Facts, Quadra. Absolute facts. I think Jude back as a box-to-box in a way with England and Rice in the 6 and Palmer in the 10. Yeah. But it's being complicated to the fact that I'm seeing way too many stories about that. My England midfield, Rice, Wharton, Palmer in the 10 is what I want this summer. I think that banks. Big up to Tyrell. Hope you're good, my G. He is an 8, arrives late and crashed. And he did that brilliantly on the Carlo for when his fast start to Madrid essentially is what he did. This exactly what you said here. Got a ton of tap-ins and had a fast start. Tuchel would probably try to scam the World Cup like he did the UCL with Chelsea, bricking up completely with this team. Yeah. Because I think he had to brick it up with Chelsea because the Chelsea attack wasn't great. It wasn't. Havertz was leading that line. It was not great. Havertz and Mason Mount, 2 players that Chelsea couldn't wait to offload. And thanks to Arsenal and thanks to Man United, they didn't even offload them. They got full price for them. One is always injured at United and one's out of form. And somehow Chelsea got fucking full price for these 2 bumps. So I think this is actually a praise for Thomas Tuchel that he was able to look at this squad that he didn't have 5-6 years with. He looked at the squad, came in after Fat Frank got fired, and said, "Hey, this is what This is what I got to work with. Let me brick it up. Three at the back. Thiago Silva, Rudiger. Who was the other one? Was it Chalaba? Whoever else was there, that third center back, right? Conte and Golo in the middle of the park. But I don't think he has to brick it with this bunch. You have one of the best strikers in the world, some of the best attacking midfielders in the world. You have good wing play, right? You've just went through the qualification stage, not conceding a single goal, right? Clean sheet FC at the national level. I actually think at the end of it, when the squad is finalized, I actually think he will take Jack Grealish to the World Cup. I think Jack Grealish is going to have a wicked season at Everton, and he will, give him that right-footed left winger option. I don't think it will be a choice between him and Rashford. I think both of them go. So there's a lot of attacking in this team, a lot of attacking. So I don't think he needs to brick it. Now, it is a cup competition, right? And if he feels like the best way to win this cup is to brick it, he is well within his right to do so. But I don't know I don't think the English faithful would care, but it has to win. Because if he bricks it and don't win it, that will be the criticism. Like, bro, you had all this attacking talent. Forgive me if you heard this term before, a golden generation. So he must. Please like the stream if you haven't already, my lovely people. It greatly helps me out, helps the channel grow. Appreciate you. That's why I think he'd want Jude there. Okay. Watch Tuchel somehow win it and say, I'm going back on the market. I think he'll give a giant middle finger to the FA and be like, see, the English managers are a joke. It took a German to come do this for you. Because imagine Tuchel win it with England and then say he beats Germany in the final. Beats Germany in the final and then quits and then go manage Germany. Stranger things have happened. Because he doesn't have any loyalty to England. He's loyal to who pays him. Innit? This might be crazy. Don't take Foden. He's never done it in an England shirt. I think he goes based on the season that he's having. Yeah, I think he will go. Kane is going. Saka's going. Rice is going. Foden is going. Palmer's going. I think the attack is set. I think it's back there where it gets tricky. Yeah. Can Reece James stay fit? Will Ben White declare? I think his problems is back there still. I think the attack is take as many attacking players as you can because you might need to outscore teams. Because the clean sheet thing is great when you're qualifying against Gibraltar, Armenia, and Serbia and shit, but you'll go up against some big teams in the quarters and semis. When shit hits the fan and EC Spain's in the quarterfinals, what will he do? He'll brick it then. He'll definitely brick it then. He is not going to open up and play against them, man. Yep. Yep, that's it. That's what he's gonna do. 3-4-3. He's tactically astute enough to do it because we've seen him do it. If Thomas Tuchel was against Germany, Real Madrid are shocking us. It can happen. I'd actually want to see that. Now, would you be nervous as faithful followers of English football and the English national team? Thomas Tuchel up against his native Germany in the final. Not questioning his integrity or anything like that, but you think his allegiance will allow him to go all out for England to beat his homeland in the final? Mm-hmm. I'm going to say it back for Trent, Gehi, Kwanzaa, MLS. Don't overthink it. I like that back four. I think he'll take O'Reilly as well, though. Big up to G Wills. Honors and respect, Magena. Big up to Charles. Charles said, Tyrant, England ain't winning anything, bro. They will run Their run will be coming home story. Lose a pen shootout, and some African origin player will be shamed in the papers for 6 months. I have the 1966 ghost curse. It's coming home. The thing is, they don't even wait till the knockouts to start running that on like DR Sports and shit. Like as soon as the ball is kicked, I got to ask the question: is it coming home? Well, yes, Theron, reggae boys, I do it later, brother. We must. I touched on this earlier in the stream, but if we CONCACAF 1998, three teams when we had to compete against US and Mexico, and we still made it. We didn't have to compete against USA and Mexico or Canada this time because I'm a horse automatic berth. So 40, we have to be there. Have to be one of these 48 teams. So hey, 2-0 later, handle your business. Win the game. No, I wouldn't be nervous. Man's a winner. He would love nothing more than because he already hate Germany for for his take on the job. Nah, we need to win. Draw puts us in the playoff. So we have to win. So might as well let's go out for it. Yeah, we have to win it. Just must. We must. I have no idea, bro. This that my mother and father threw up on the birth certificate. I never really asked them. Them just like it. Them just like the name. So that's what we rolled with. So yeah, but big up. Yeah, we have to win this. We have to win it, AJ. And if we don't win it, we go into the playoff. I don't like our chances. I don't. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think we don't have a great chance of in the playoff with them other ones. Yeah, I've only met one other one. It's usually Aaron's, but maybe it came from a variation of that. But my mother drop out long time, so it's not like I can ask her. But it's never something I really thought about. But big up, man. But people, it's been a fantastic chat. Almost an hour and a half, almost 2 hours. I mean, we're a minute, 1 hour and 44 minutes. If you end up in the playoffs, watch you get Shane and views in the A. And I would love that still. I'd love to knock Shane Gunnar at the World Cup. Out of contention. But I don't want that. I don't want those problems. Listen, I can't have the New York Knicks, the New York Giants, the Reggae Boys, and Arsenal stressing me at the same time. I can't. I can't. I can't have that. That's a madness. It's good for my heart. Yeah. So handle this, because I'm gonna be upset going into the weekend if we lose this game. I'm gonna be upset going into the weekend, and I don't want to take that energy with me into the North London Derby. So I just can't. But big up, people. Mine as I respect every single time. I'm gonna go get my day started. Early doors. It's about to be 9 a.m. Enjoy the rest of your afternoons, people. I'm just getting my day started. I'm gonna get me some more coffee and consume some more content. Big up G Wheels. Big up AJ. Big up the Oregon Goon, Wahaha, LFC Monster. Everyone who passed through earlier. Darren, big up yourself. All the silent listeners. Like I always say, people, take care of yourselves and each other. Until next time, we are gone.